Good evening. If you have already joined me, I want you to share the broadcast. If you have joined me already, share the broadcast. Share the broadcast in all the groups on WhatsApp. Share the broadcast on YouTube. Anywhere shareable, share the broadcast. Tomorrow, on Monday, being the 18th of April 2022, I am going to hand in my resignation letter to the service. I don't want to be in the service anymore. I want to be a civilian so that I can be able to fight for the people as an individual and as a civilian. I don't want to involve the Nigerian government in whatever fight that I will have politically anywhere. I am going to tender my resignation, resign and become a civilian so that I can fight for the people as a civilian and as a prophet. This is how serious we are about to become. Secondly, please share this broadcast. If you are watching me, share this broadcast now. Share this broadcast. Share it everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. What I'm about to say is very, very important. In the first place, all of you must know that I, Seer1, the Dawn of Power, is someone that stands on the truth. I do not like to see where people are being cheated, people are being fought, and people are being destroyed. I hate corruption. I don't like corruption. I was sent on assignment here on earth for the people, and this is what I'm going to do until that assignment is completed. I am somebody that does not fear. I don't know what fear looks like. I don't believe in fear. And since I was born, I've never lost any battle. And I can never lose any battle. Any day I lose a battle is the day that I will die. I have never lost any battle in my life. No matter who you are, even if you want to be assistant to God, when I tell you that you will go down, you will go down. Because I'm the Dawn of Power. I know where I'm coming from. And when I say you will go up, you will go up. When I start a fight with you, that is the end of you, whether you like it or not. Involve the whole world to be on your side. I'm going to bring you down. So I do not fear. I do not favor anyone. The reason why I'm saying this is because there are many people who say Seer1 has been bought. Seer1 is now siding with PF. Seer1 has been bought by PF. So that's why Seer1 has been quiet. Seer1 is now working with PF. That's why Seer1 has been quiet. I did not work with PF when PF had money, when they were in power, when they had everything. Now that they are nothing, now that there is literally nothing like PF, that's when I'm going to work with them. Before you say things like this, you must think twice. I disobeyed my government, the government of Federal Republic of Nigeria, to stand with President Hakainde Hichilema. Because of President Hakainde Hichilema, I went through hell. Assassination attempt in South Africa, which I gave the Nigerian government the proof. I can also present to you the proof. Assassination attempt several times. Because of him, I lost a lot of things. Friends, I put my ministry on the line. I said, if HA doesn't win election, I'm going to stop preaching. It's the love that I have for the truth. It's the love that I have for the people. HH never met me or gave me 1 naira or 2 naira, nothing. It was too much of Edigalungu, it was too much of criminality, too much of Kadarism, too much of everything, that I decided to fight to bring him down and supported HH. I am a person of truth. I love truth. And I love people to be happy. When you are ruling people and they are not happy and they are complaining, it pains me a lot. Having said that, before we even go deeper, I want to talk about the recent happening. I know it was not one of the things that I planned to say. It just came because it happened yesterday, and many people were already talking about it. Where the foreign affairs minister, I don't know if it's foreign affairs minister, Stanley, was found with the Chinese, and he said he went to buy cement from the Chinese. And because he went to buy cement, they gave him calendar and pen. This is not what we fought for. I'm telling you the gospel truth. This is not what we fought for. We didn't fight for this rubbish. We didn't fight for this type of nonsense. I am a business person, apart from being a prophet. I have done a lot of businesses with the whites, with the Chinese, with the Indians, Somalians. I've done business with everybody. I know who Chinese are. I can assure you, Honorable Minister, that you are a corrupt human being. And that thing you went to do at the Chinese place was corruption. There was a deal that you signed with those people that you are not telling us about. In the first place, I want to ask you a question, Honorable Minister. We fought so hard to change the government. We put down our life. A lot of things happened. We wanted to remove PF government because they were working with the Chinese, and Chinese are very corrupt people. And we won the election, and President HH appointed you to be a minister. How many drums of cement were you buying from the Chinese? What were you building, or what are you building? Are you building a shopping mall, or are you building a what are you building? As a minister that is receiving salary in Zambia from the money that the poor people are contributing, and given to you. Honorable, you cannot be able to buy cement from Zambian people. Even if there is even if the Chinese are selling at 60 and Zambians are selling at 70, if they are sacrificing their money to pay tax to keep you in office, to make you drive those big cars you are driving, including the Range Rover that you are driving, you cannot top up that small money on top to support local businesses. You went to buy cement from the Chinese. What happened with the Zambians that are selling cement? You are a corrupt human being. There was a deal that you signed with those people. This is what makes my heart bleed. Sometimes I don't talk. The reason why I don't talk is because, number one, I respect HH so much. And I love him. The love that I have for him, the love that I have for HH will not allow me to fight him. I love him so much. But you people that have surrounded HH, you are criminals. I'm coming one after the other. I'm asking you, okay, you went to buy cement. What are you building? Why would you love to buy cement from the foreigners? If other people, poor people, are going to buy from there, if other Zambians that are selling as retailers are going to buy from them, why don't you go and buy from Zambians? Are you telling me that you are poor? If you are poor, you cannot be driving a Range Rover. You are the first people that are supposed to be in line supporting local businesses. You are the first people, as a minister, foreign affairs minister or whatever, you are the first people that are supposed to be supporting local businesses. It doesn't matter how much they charge you for it, because you are getting money. You have a lot of money. You are receiving. Look, somebody that is selling on the street is paying tax. They pay that. Even the person that is selling cement on a retail thing is paying tax. The tax is what you are eating. So it's hard for you to give a little bit. A little bit of what the government is paying you through the taxpayers to these young people, to Zambian people. You prefer to buy from the Chinese. Okay, you are going to buy from the Chinese. You don't have a brother. You don't have a PA. In that picture, there was no single black person that was with you. It was just you and the Chinese. What did you go to do? It means you're a criminal. There was a deal that you went to sign. I want to tell President Akaindechi that our patience is running out. We do not want to fight your government. Your government, to me, is the best. You are the best president that any country would ever have or desire to have. You, President Akaindechi. But the people that you are working with, the people that you are working, majority of them are criminals. Tell me somebody is going to buy cement. There is no single black person in the picture. Just him and the Chinese. And you understand the Chinese. Chinese operate with they know how to entice leaders with money. People are saying, no, that is briefcase. No, that is bag. That doesn't even make sense. There is no argument. There is nothing like it's a briefcase. It's not a briefcase. It's a what? It's a paper bag. It's a gift bag. There is no argument on that. Whether there was money in that bag, there was no money in that. What is so alarming is the deal that was signed in that meeting. President HH, I trust you so much. I don't know if you are aware of that deal. Why not come out and open up to the people of Zambia if there is a deal going on between Zambia and the China. Because there is no way an honorable minister is going to buy a cement. On that day, a diplomat from the embassy was there. On that day, there was no permanent, there was not even, okay, you say it's your personal thing. You went alone, it's your personal thing. You don't have helpers. You don't have people that you move with. You went alone because you went to sign a crooked deal. This is not what we fought for. We fought for sincerity. Up to today, President Hakainde Hichilema is a man that I hold in high esteem. But things like this are making us to lose hope on the hope that we built. That aside, the reason why we brought in the government is because we believe that we are coming to fight corruption. Zambia is bleeding. People of Zambia are crying because there is so much corruption going on. And by the grace of God, you found faith. Everybody was just happy. Everybody was, you know, there was celebration in the land of Zambia. People were all happy. All of a sudden, you entered an agreement with faith. People of Zambia don't know that agreement. I, Seer1 today, I don't know that agreement. There is no one that can say they know the type of agreement you entered with a criminal, somebody that stole over 65 million kwacha. 65 million kwacha. You entered an agreement, you took the money. Faith, that money that you took from her, the house that you took from her, is not the only loot that she has. She still has millions upon millions. You entered in a secret agreement with her, and then you took the money and then let her go. And today, Faith can go anywhere she wants. Faith can do anything she wants after stealing millions upon millions from the people of Zambia. Are you really willing to fight corruption, or should we look for another person that will fight for corruption? Where is faith? Where is faith? Where is faith? Faith is moving up and down. And the leadership or the government of UPND had the audacity to suspend and blacklist innocent children that we are just dancing, nurses. These girls did not commit any crime. They were just dancing. They are young. This is what is, as time goes on, life is like this. Things, if you see, TikTok has come, Facebook has come. Most of the laws that were made many years ago are no longer effective now, because this is a young generation. These children were just dancing in their uniform. They didn't commit any crime. You blacklisted innocent, poor children because they are poor. But criminal that stole billions is free to move everywhere and do any type of business you want. You didn't consider the pain of these innocent children, the pain that their parents passed through raising money to take them to school. You just wake up and blacklisted them. You cannot study anywhere, you cannot practice anywhere because they are poor. What did you do to a rich person? Faith Musonda. Is Faith Musonda not a free person after stealing billions? No one knows the agreement. What is going on? No one up to now. This is exactly how we started with Edgar Lungu. Edgar Lungu was coming up well. But the deal with the ambulance came. People of Zambia were crying inside. How did this deal happen? What exactly happened? What went wrong? What happened? And Edgar Lungu and his people, they were hiding it. And it was piling up in the heart of the people of Zambia. As I'm talking to you today, President HS, there is no one on earth that can tell you the truth more than Seer1 can tell you. People of Zambia are piling a lot of things in their heart. And it can be like a time bomb. They need explanation into many things. What was the deal that was entered with faith to make a criminal like her move up and down with freedom when innocent young children that were just dancing got totally banished and blacklisted from practicing nurses? They didn't commit any crime. They were just dancing. There is no one who said don't dance. Even in Catholic Church, the most respected church today, Reverend Fathers are even dancing and posting it on Twitter. Then children have danced. You blacklist them because they are poor. Is this what we fought for? We did not fight for the rich to come and become richer. We fought so that the poor can benefit. We fought for the poor. What is happening? What is going on, my president? What is happening? I'm not talking about the price of commodity. Forget those things. Those things are happening all over the world. But the things that I'm mentioning now, the issue of fighting corruption, where has it gone? Why is Stephen Kapiongo still gallivanting all over? Why is he not in prison? Why is what is the name of the? Why is Faith Musonda not in prison? Why is Boma Lusambo not in prison? The people that looted, there was a man that was arrested, I think on the Copper Belt. That man said, I want to talk to State House. Where is that man? Today, that man, I think he has been set free. What is going on? Does he mean that when you get into State House, there is a strong demon there that makes you forget where you are coming from or what? I love you so much, my president. But personally to me, Seer1, with what is going on, especially, I'm not talking about the cost of living. You are doing your best in those areas because this is happening all over the world. Even here in Nigeria, petrol is the price of petrol was at 160. Now it's 200 and something. It has increased everywhere in the country, and because it has increased, the price and the things of living have gone up. But this is not the main case. The main case is, why are you people not taking the fight of corruption very serious? What is going on? Who is responsible for this? Hold on, let me answer this. What is going on? What is happening? When I speak like this, people say, Seer1 has been bought by PF. PF don't have money anymore. They don't have money. They have managed to move all their money outside the country. And they have managed to bury most of them. Because of what? UPND government is slow to fight on the fight against corruption. They have moved it. When you heard a sitting president, President Edgar Lungu, saying that if I lose this election, all of you, my ministers, will be in trouble. Why do you think he said that? He said that because he knows that they were all criminals, including Edgar Lungu. But what is happening? Almost 8 months in power, not even a single criminal convicted. President HH, you have been betrayed a lot. The people that have surrounded you are criminals. They are hyenas. They are not willing to fight. And the earlier you wake up, the better. The earlier you wake up, the better. The earlier you wake up, the better. Your men, the people that you call your men, have been bought by the Chinese. I thank God you saw it openly with your foreign affairs minister. He's a very corrupt man, extremely corrupt. I'm telling you with full chest, he's corrupt. The quicker you address them, the better. There is a man in State House, I think he's a senior principal secretary, what, Mr. Brentford Machila, somewhere like something like Brentford Machila. These are the people that are telling you what to do. This man, Mr. Brentford, Mr. Machila, has totally disconnected you from the people. He has totally disconnected you, my president, from the people. Personally, to me, I feel appreciated because you're a good man. But at the end of the day, it's not me, it's about the people. Mr. Brentford Machila, what I don't know what he call himself. I think he's one of the senior secretaries there. This man has captured you and control you with remote. This man does not have connection with the ground. He does not have connection with the youths. He does not have connection with the people, but he's the one in charge. He's blocking people from coming to see you. He's blocking people from talking to you. He cannot do anything apart from corruption. But he doesn't want people that have the knowledge to come and help you. As we are talking today, His Excellency, if you don't know that youths are complaining. Youths are crying. Has Mr. Bradford told you this? Mr. Machila, has she told you that youths are complaining? He hasn't told you. He's telling you that everything is okay. Personally, to me, I don't want you to fail. If you fail, people will laugh at me all over the world. If you fail, people are going to call me all sorts of names. Your failure is my failure. But you see people like Brentford, the one who is telling you who to see, what to do, bringing people to you. If you don't know, it's blocking people that have knowledge, people that can contribute to Zambia. It's blocking them. Sit him down and tell him that he's not your father and he cannot capture you. Before you got into power, you made it clear that State House will be open for everybody. Why is Mr. Machila blocking people from coming? He doesn't know what is going on. The politics that you people are playing in UPND today is the same politics that PF played. Meaning there is no difference. Absolutely no difference. For example, Mr. Machila and the people that are very close to you, those people that are blocking other people from coming to see you, they are not telling you that no matter how you grow the party, if the youths are not happy, you are not going to win election. They didn't tell you. Even if you want, go and carry all the leaders in UPN, in PF, and bring it in your party. And the youths are not happy, you are not going anywhere. I have prayed and worked so hard to make sure that you go beyond 2026 and reach 2030 there. That time I'm going to be happy. As you are coming down from the seat, I am coming down from supporting UPND, because apart from you, UPND is a cadre of, it's a party of hyenas. They just came to eat. There are few people like Mrs. Dorin. She's working very, very hard. There are few people that are working. Doreen Mwamba, she's working extremely hard. Okay. There is a lot that I can say over that area. But this man that you have brought close to you, and they are not telling you how it is done in Africa, how it is done today, how it's done in this generation. You can, I'm telling you, you can even go to Edgar Lungu and carry him and bring him to UPND. So long as the youths are not happy, you will not win election. Is it not the same thing that happened? PF, when they were in power, we are buying people from UPND. Have you forgotten? What has entered into you people, UPND people? What has entered inside of you? Is it madness or what is going on? There are these few people, and actually UPND do not understand politics. You won election on a silver plate because the youths were campaigning for you. The whole across the country, the youths were. If you go to Luapula, there is NAC unit that was always fighting PF. You go to Luapula, there is a Kelvin. There is Kelvin there. You go anywhere. You come to Lusaka, there is B-Flow. Yeah? You go to Copperbelt, there is a Pilato. In any place where you enter, there was a youth that was crying and fighting for you. You have already forgotten. That has already left your mind. Criminals have been employed in government and they are busy looting. They don't care. They don't even understand the system that brought them in. They didn't understand. Now, what the system that brought you in are the youths. I'm telling you. Are the youth. The youths are the people that brought you in. If Mr. Machila is the one telling you to say everything is okay in the country, I want you to leave him and come out and hear from yourself. It's not the high cost of living. No. Look, we can explain to the people of Zambia. We can explain. It's happening all over the world. It's understandable. But what is happening with the people that campaign for you? The youths. Nothing is happening. If they are telling you that something is happening, forget it. There is nothing happening. Things are okay for them, so they can lie to you. They did it to Edgar Lungu. Edgar Lungu was busy buying your people. At the end of the day, they even managed to buy Charles Kakoma, your closest friend. They managed to buy what is her name? What is the name of that one from Kafue? There are so many of them. Charmaine, how many of them am I going to mention? Buying them, thinking that they have won election. And the people of Zambia were just watching them like this. At the end of the day, what happened? They lost. Your party has adopted that same structure. A party that came into power without even looking after the people that fought for them, or just open up and say, come, everybody must come and eat with us. A party that just came into power, you are not even looking after the youths. It's only because I spoke the other day, then your youth minister went and called for youth in Daba. After calling for youth in Daba, what happened? What has happened to the youths? Tell me what has happened to the youths. The truth is that Akainde Echilema has the heart for the people. He want everything to be okay for the people. But criminals are the ones surrounding him and they are jeopardizing him. I can assure you that of all the home ministers that President HH employed, few people love him. Many of them hate him. They want him to fail so that they can take over. Somebody like Felix Motati. Felix Motati, even of recent, went to have meetings at a mobilization meeting. And Felix Motati, a minister of science and what in the government of UPND went to have a meeting, 3 good meetings with his party members, not UPND, his own party members. 3 good meetings, and he didn't have a single meeting with UPND party. These are the people that have surrounded President Hakainde Hichilema, and these are the people making decisions. You don't love him, you don't love the people of Zambia, you have an interest for him to fail so that you can become the president. And when people want to go and give information to the president, Mr. Machila blocks them. 3 good meetings. Tell me, before you work for me, you must love me. Yes, before you work for me, you must love me. We cannot be building this church and you are busy building your own. 3 good meetings. 3 good meetings. Mr. Mutati, let him deny it. 3 good meetings with his, I don't know if it's NDs or MDs, what. Leaders. He's in UPND, he's busy organizing his own party. Their desire is not to see that HH succeed. They want him to fail so that they can take over. And I want to tell Mutati, you can never be president of Zambia unless I die. When I tell you something, just believe it. After President Hakainde Hichilema, forget it. It can never happen. You are the people that are frustrating the effort of HH does not sleep. HH does not eat. If you are a psychologist, you have brain. You don't even need to be a prophet. When you look at HH, you will know that that guy is under pressure. It's different from Edgar Lungu. Edgar Lungu had the mind of a criminal. He was a criminal. He didn't care. That's why you see him, what he cared about was his look, paint his hair, wear nice clothes, come out and take picture. That was Edgar Lungu for you. He didn't care about what you are going through. A man that was asked about cadres, he said, cadres are part of me. I cannot do without cadres. So he didn't care. He didn't even have vision for the people. He had the mind to come and eat, and he ate. But when you look at HH, you will know that this guy is not eating. 8 months in power, the #1 citizen, having access to billions upon billions. But his tummy is still flat. He's not eating. He's not sleeping. He wants to do things. He wants things to move forward. But he's being frustrated. Frustration everywhere. And my pain is that President HH, you know exactly, you know all these things that I'm saying. But you cannot do anything. Fire these people. Believe me, you see, don't make the same mistake that PF have made. The same mistake that Edgar Lungu made. Afraid of people. There is no one, even if you remove Garin Kombo from UPND will still win election in 2026. I have said it before. So long as I've said it, you win. Start removing criminals now. You know them. You have the report on your table. Even if Mr. Machila is trying to prevent you from knowing reality, even Mr. Machila, remove him. He's the one that is deceiving you. There are people that want to come and tell you how they are going to help the youth of Zambia, but they don't have access to you. When they want to come, Mr. Machila blocks them. For what reason? Is Mr. Machila the only person that campaigned for HH? People want to come and tell HH what is going on the ground, but they don't have access to him. Including the people that are working at State House. They don't have access to HH. For what reason? What for? Fire them. There is no HH. You must know that the youth of Zambia love you. And that love that they have for you is going gradually. Because of what? They are losing trust. You cut faith and let faith go. Then you go and they punish innocent young children that we are dancing. Innocent babies, they don't know anything. They were dancing. You punished them. You banished them. You blacklisted them. You didn't blacklist Faith. Faith is still doing business. Faith still has millions upon millions. Eh? Why? Eh? Eh? What is going on? Eh? The moment you stop being like a baby to these guys, things will start moving. His Excellency, as quick as possible, start firing these people. I'm telling you the gospel truth. Start firing these people. I have said it, and I will say it again. The reason why you see somebody like Campiongo coming out today and making noise is because they have already cleaned their ways with the police, with the deck, with the judges. They know that nothing is going to happen. That's why you will see a criminal, an assassinator like Campiongo, who tried to bring down the plane of a president, still moving. HH, I think your calling was supposed to be a preacher, a man of God, because you are too holy. You are so, I think if you can just give me, if I had the opportunity, even for a day, as a president, believe me, things will change. This is Africa. A country is not a church. You have given enough space. You have given enough hand. This thing is going to affect you badly. You want to be in good books with everybody. You even took your phone and called Edgar Lungu to come for Rupia Banda burial. For what reason? Please, for what? What for? This relationship you want to create with the PF, the relationship that you want to establish with the PF, what is it for? So it means that we are fools. Us that fought them, we are fools. We are fools. We know that Edgar Lungu stole a lot of money, billions upon billions, and we call him a criminal with our heart, with full chest. And you call him you want to be good to him. For what reason? What was the calling? Those people that are advising you to start worshiping Edgar Lungu, they are people that can never change. I thank God that Edgar Lungu called you a hypocrite, because the people that advise you are not advising you well. Edgar Lungu was supposed to be begging the people of Zambia and begging you for all the evil things that he did to you, not you begging him. For what reason? What for? What are you calling him on the phone? What are you inviting him for? This is a country can never be ruled like a church. This is not a church. If you want to be holy, you open a church. People will come and be holy in the church. This is a country. You must put your feet on the ground and behave like a president. Don't be this, oh, holy, holy. For what reason? PF people don't deserve that holiness. They made the people of Zambia go through hell. They made the people of Zambia suffer. And you come and be holy to them. What for? You come and call Edgar Lungu. Calling him for what? Who is he? What was the calling for? Edgar Lungu was supposed to be, in fact, he was actually supposed to be thanking you. If it was for me, by now he was going to be serving life sentence. I'm telling you the gospel truth. Because if Edgar Lungu won an election, you, President Hakainde Hichilema, you were going to be in prison by now. I'm telling you the gospel truth. He said it himself. You were going to be arrested and put in prison by now. And then you come and treat them with glove. You say you are doing diplomatic, or you call it systematic or methodological. Methodological what? Since you are doing methodological, these criminals have already sorted their ways. Look at what is happening at Concord, Constitutional Court. All the people that we know that PF tried everything possible to rig the election. They did everything possible. There is evidence, but the court is busy acquitting them. The court is pushing them back to parliament, and you think that church country is not a church until you stand up and start firing people. Up to today, PF is still running the country because you are too holy. You want to bring everybody on board. Please, that is not how a country is ruled. Even when the devil was cast out from heaven, he was not cast, he didn't come back alone. The Bible says he came back with all his angels, so that there will be a new operating system in heaven. You can never do well as a government when you are using the operating system of PF. Up to today, PF are still enjoying as ambassadors in different countries. Why people that fought, somebody like Mubita Nawa, people that fought for you are not and are nowhere to be found. What is going on? What is happening? What is happening? What is really going on? Is this what one is getting to 1 year? And PF ambassadors are there in Dubai throwing party. Or they are in different countries enjoying. And people, even themselves, they are shocked. What is going on? Who is giving you this advice, Mr. President? Who is giving you this advice? Why are you treating PF like you had a covenant with them? You should have told us. If you know that you cannot be able to persecute them, tell us, persecute them. Tell us we beg them now. Ask that we are calling them Satanists. Ask that we are branding them. We apologize to them because it seems that they are innocent. It seems that they are innocent. If these guys are not going to jail, a man that tried to bring down your plane, a man that wanted you to die on air, is still moving around, is even having the audacity to campaign. And you say, I've brought a new dawn, I've brought freedom. About freedom for what? You don't give Satan freedom. Please. You don't give Satan freedom. You don't. PF criminals, even when you see them on the road, they are working with power. They are working with alacrity because they have sorted their ways already. I'm telling you the gospel, they have all the loopholes they have sealed. Look at Chilufia Chitalu. Chilufia Chitalu that had high BP when he lost the election. He was fired by Edgar Lungu. The papa of corruption fired somebody because of corruption. Can you imagine if a papa of corruption can fire somebody because of corruption? You know that one is a corruption plus. He fired the man, and the man was hiding. After the election, he was hiding. He was shivering. Today, he has the guts to sue you, your government, that you lied against him. Because of what? See the hand you have given to them. See the hand you have given to them. Anybody can wake up and talk rubbish. Anyone can wake up and disrespect you. And they are going free of charge. We are even tired. Me, myself, as Seer1, when you see me, I don't talk. It's because I respect you. I trust your ability to do the right thing. To put people where they belong. But what is happening? What is happening? Freedom is not for everybody. There are people that are supposed to be in prison today, and you give them freedom. Then you carry, you take away the freedom of people that are supposed to have freedom. And you say everything is okay. The people that are advising you that everything is okay, they are liars. They are criminals. What Zambia wants from you, I know that you are trying so hard to bring back the economy. You are trying very hard to make the economy okay. But sir, let me tell you, in the fight of corruption, you have lost it completely. Just look what happened when there is an announcement that somebody has been arrested. Go and see what the youths are commenting. They said, it ends in arrest. They have lost trust. From the day Faith was acquitted, without even no single trial, no nothing. You just collected the money and the enter an agreement with her. Phew. From that day, even myself, I started losing trust in corruption. On that area, you must wake up. If it's your police, your IG, Inspector General of Police, is quiet. It's not fit to be in that position. He cannot manage PF people. I think you must retire him. Send him as an ambassador if you love him so much. Bring a brutal somebody that can deal with PF. PF, you don't understand. PF is a terrorist organization. If you don't know, I'm telling you, you don't treat them with you don't treat them with gloves. No, they will mess you up as we are talking now. They have bought lawyers, they have bought the judges, they will frustrate you until you give up. You don't need an IG like this one. What is wrong with these guys? Do you think that you are in a church or in a crusade? You are ruling a country. There are people that are supposed to go to prison. You didn't learn something from Edgar Lungu. Edgar Lungu, how many times did he throw you into prison? There was a day you were arrested that night. They came and broke your house. My friend, in case you are doing it to please people, to show people that you're a good person, we know that you're a good person. Before we started supporting you, we know that you're a good person. But that goodness must have limit. It must have limit. It must have limit. If not, they will mess up things for you. And when they mess up things for you, you will cry. You will lose the election. Tonight I have started. I have mentioned, how many people have I mentioned today? 3 people. Number 1, his name is Mr. Stanley, your Minister of Foreign Affairs. He's a corrupt human being. There was a deal that he went to sign with the PF. In case you didn't hear me, I'm not going to say it again. Go back in this video from the beginning and listen and hear what I said. He's a corrupt human being. Number 2, I spoke about the Mr. Machila. I don't know if he's your senior private secretary, what at State House. That man is the reason why you are not getting feedback from the people on the background. They are the people telling you that everything is okay. Everything is not okay. Youths of Zambia are talking about corruption. No, we are not. The high cost of living, high cost of petrol, and so on and so forth. That one, everyone understands. I can come here and explain to the people, and they will understand that it's global, even here in Nigeria. But on corruption, they are saying that you are losing it. You are not losing it because you're a corrupt man. I trust you, President Echet. You are losing it because the people that are surrounding you are corrupt. Wake up and do something about it. All of you have left the corrupt fight for Mrs. Chewa. She's a woman. You see all those things, she's jumping up and down and that. She'll be quiet very soon. She'll be tired and she will rest. Nothing is going to come out of it. If you really want to fight corruption, you must all be involved. Unfortunately, majority of your leaders, your ministers are corrupt. Your mines minister is a jagaban of corruption. Your copper belt minister, that one is not just corrupt. That one, his name is corruption. I don't say from without, and I don't fear. I don't even care what people say about me or what is it. I tell you the truth, how it goes. I've mentioned how many people, and I told you that this man that you call yourself alliance for what? You didn't need any alliance to win election, because the youths were already willing to vote for you. Okay, because of that alliance, you have had mercy, and they brought in Mutati. Mutati is already destroying your party. As we are talking to you, Mutati is having structural meeting with his people. He had 3 solid structural meetings with his people. You are serving under UPND. Why are you having the good of your party at heart more than this the president and the party that you are serving? I've mentioned these people, and I will be coming. Like I said, tomorrow I'm going to resign from the service so that I can be able to fight. I don't want tomorrow government to start disturbing me to say, how can you fight? You are in government and you are fighting government. I don't want that. I want to fight the way I fought Digalungu. It's the way I want to fight, and I'm ready for this. I have spoken to you, Mr. President, my president, the president that I love the most. The youths of Zambia are not happy. Your SG, Mr. Imenda, I have so much respect for him, but it's too old, you know. It's very old for that, because you know what he's doing? He's going throughout the country from this place to this place, gathering old finished politicians and bringing them into the party. Party does not grow like that. Party only grows when the youths are happy. If there is anything that you are going to do for the youths, do it. Going to gather this person from PF, that person has defected, that person has defected, they don't have any meaning. If they had meaning, why did the PF lose the election? If they were so important and could contribute to a political party, why did PF lose the election? That is not priority. The priority now is not actually bringing old finished politicians. The same people that we are tormenting the people of Zambia, bringing them into the party that people of Zambia have hope for. That's not growing the party. Growing the party happens when the youths are happy. The youths must be happy. I'm telling you the gospel truth. I'm telling you. So try your possible best to make the youth happy. I'm not even talking about creating job for them. I know that you're already working on that. I trust you when it comes to economic recovery. HH, I can sleep. You wake me up at midnight, I will tell you that HH is #1. I trust you on that. But corruption, your ministers are corrupt. PSCs are corrupt. They are now working with PF government. Those people that suffered for you are crying, are hungry. This is politics. Politics is all about you wash my hand, I wash your hand. The people that are eating with you now will not tell you the truth. People like Anthony Wilder. Anthony will tell you everything is okay. Wow, you are loved. When you go out on the street, few people wave their hands. Hey, they also did like that to Edgar Lungu. But on the ground, people are crying. People are in pain. They don't know what is going on. I'm telling you the gospel truth. They don't know what is going on. And you are not the problem. The only problem you have are the people. I have one. This one is #1. Mr. Machila. That one that is with you day and night, that tells you what to do, is a rotten human being. Get rid of him if you can. If not, tell him to give access to people to come and meet you, to come and talk to you. There are people that want to talk to you. Open State House for intellectuals. Open State House. You know, sometimes talk to people like Pilato. Talk to people, you may think, who is Pilato? Talk to people like, what is his name? Biflo. Talk to the guys who are driving the youths. Ask them, as a president, ask them, what is it that the youths want? Forget about those criminals and hyenas around you that just want to eat, covering, they don't want anybody to enter, as if they are the only ones that campaign for you. Please. If you are listening to this broadcast, or you have listened to this broadcast, I have come. I've come to continue fighting for the people, for the youths. You are going to miss all this broadcast if you have not followed me. So therefore, follow this page. Remember that Seer1 page has been verified by Facebook and has over 800 and something thousand. This is my page. If you have not followed, oh, sorry sir, this is my page, and this page is verified. You can see there is a blue tick there. Page has been verified. Follow the page now, because even on Sunday I'm coming. All of you corrupt UPND ministers, get ready. It's me and you. If it does not fire you, we are going to rise up and fight. And finally, PF and other opposition party, PF and other opposition are organizing protest. They want to copy from Malawi. My question is this: what are you protesting for? You want to protest over high costs of living. Where on earth today that has not been affected by the war that is going on in Ukraine and Russia? Everyone is crying. Every country is crying. Including America. Everyone crying. You go to Serbia for 10 days. You run good